My greasy little fingerprints are on most of them. Guys, favorite songs?
I like Right Here, Right Now. But I think that's one of the iTunes.
Right here, right now.
I like All for the Love of Rock and Roll.
Great.
How did it sound last night?
Last night before. Last night we were on fire. We were great.
Or something.
Alright, next question.
Oh, they want to jump in the pool after this is over. I like it.
I want to know some of those belly flops. I can show them how to do it.
That's the next question, Paul. Believe it or not. There we go.
Hi, my name is Crystal, and I wanted to know what is your favorite song to play live and why?
Wow. Oh, we got so many at this point. I still love playing Love Go.
What about you, Gene? Did Gene sign your forehead? Are you gonna tattoo it? You know, I've always loved playing Black Diamond. Because you get two solos in it, right? And Gene Simmons, what's your favorite song to play? Deuce. Hey, is somebody taking photos of this? We gotta show the social.
We are taking photos for sure.
Hey, Jim! Hey, this is your biggest fan, Andrew! And you know, remember, I was one of the 3 people that just got done last year! Alright. I got a question for you, man!
Gene's gonna be a playgirl.
Is there a kids question with your costumes, albums, stage props, and photos? If so, will they use every located in one place? Or would you consider multiplications perhaps worldwide for all your kids to enjoy? Kids Museum, anywhere?
Kid's gotta get in the show business. This guy's good.
Whoa, hey, you know what, Gene? There's something I want to tell you. Since you remember that I told you that I'm a firefighter in training, and guess what? If your daughter needs help, I've got her back.
Kick his ass!
He seems like the kind of guy that starts fires.
Hey, you, Paul, your favorite son, my God, is mine too. And every time I sing my head off, and every time I sing that song, everybody goes for this. I sound like Gene.
Just keep practicing.
Gene, is there a Kiss Museum coming at some point?
You know, we've been talking about this for the longest time, but rest assured we have almost everything that's out there someplace, usually in my house. And Mr. Six-Man over there, right in the middle, has been told anything that you guys create that has our faces on it, it's your artwork, we collect it all. We keep it, we hold it, we appreciate it, we love it.
All right, Kiss. What's all?
Okay.
Guys, my name is Bart.
I'm from New Jersey, the shore. We escaped the hurricane and come on this cruise, man. Everybody's cool, our cats are good. We have no power, so when we go home tomorrow, we don't know what we got, but I do want to thank you guys for being the soundtrack to my
backstage because it's inspirational and it's self-empowerment, and that's what you did, and you should be showing people how to do that. Tell us your story.
My story of what? How I escaped the hurricane?
Yeah, that's it. You know, I got to apologize. There's another very good-looking guy who looks just like you. And he told me something that brought me almost to tears. Clearly, that's not you.
Jim forgot to take his medication today.
That's what happens when you wear sunglasses.
When it's not sunny.
All right, my question is, on the box set, you included demos and stuff that never made it to release, but there was one song called Time Traveler, which I thought was about this close to being finished and should have been on an album. Are there any other songs that you've developed to that length and have not released, and will we hear them in the future?
Time Traveler wasn't really a Kiss song, and the band had nothing to do with it. I was basically just, what would be the word? I was kind of like exercising, writing songs that wouldn't necessarily be for the band. So I think we all have demos like that really don't, they don't constitute being a Kiss song. So there's a lot of that stuff around.
And will we hear it?
Will you hear it?
Will we hear it in the future?
You may well, but first you have to tell us that inspirational story.
That's Paul going to release anything. Paul say no, because it wasn't good enough to make a record. Gene will say yes. Right?
Hundreds of songs.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you. Hey, everybody.
Hey, my name is Jill. I'm from Orlando, Florida. I am, surprisingly enough, not a huge Kiss fan. My boyfriend is a diehard. He's wearing your outfit. But my question, for someone that isn't familiar with Kiss, which album would you say is the most representative of the group of and why?
The box set.
I'll answer that from my perspective. You know, everybody has their version or their era of Kiss. Some people, it could have been Crazy Nights, or Asylum, Revenge, the first album. So I think it's probably best to get a taste of everything because Kiss is almost 40 years of music.
Smash and crashes and hits, something like that. Like a best of.
Thank you very much.
I still like you.
Paulo, Brazil. For me, it's a great honor to be here for a second time, representing my country, my Brazilian guitar family, and also America. This isn't a game show, guys. Come on, let's do it. Well, my question. The Brazilian Kiss concerts in '83 have a special place in history. Rio de Janeiro, Maracanã is still the biggest audience so far, and São Paulo, Morumbi, was the last of the first day of the year. Today, how do you feel about the show? What did you represent for Kiss? The shows you did in Brazil, what did they mean to you? For those of you that don't know, sometimes this mic isn't loud, so I'm going to talk loudly. For those of you that didn't know, the largest stadium in the world is Maracanã in Brazil. It's four times the size of almost any stadium you can imagine. We played there in the early 80s with a local band, sold it out. Before Monsters were brought, before any of that stuff. Then Belo Horizonte was about 135,000. Anyway, the stadiums were huge around the time of Creatures of the Night. And to us, it was the first time in Brazil, the music, the culture, the people, superb. Almost as good as every other country we went to.
Thank you so much. I see you in a few days in São Paulo, Porto Alegre, and Rio de Janeiro.
Maybe he can ride back with you guys.
Hi guys, my name is Keith. I come from Scotland in the UK, and I just wanted to know how do you guys listen to your music these days? Vinyl, CD, MP3?
You know, yesterday in the dressing room, every once in a while, we get a kick out of listening to something that we haven't heard in a while. We listened to Carnival of Souls from beginning to end yesterday. Usually we don't, and we were critiquing ourselves. This song's good, I don't like that part. So we play music for hours before we get up on stage. Not just our stuff, every guy.
Thankfully, I was in the other room.
Yes. And Gene has a mixtape. I think Nick or Sophie right? And he plays the same songs over and over.
I'm in my dressing room and I hear this rich guys complaining about the World album. And I go, oh, it's Carnival of Souls. We have a lot to complain about. Oh, Butler didn't show up today. The Rolls Royce has a flat tire. Very funny to hear us singing songs about how tough life is.
Thank you.
Hello guys. My name is Mark. I'm originally from New York. How good it is to see you guys again.
Thank you.
And again. And again. Here's something. The year 2013 is just around the corner. And that will signal the 10-year anniversary of the bombastic masterpiece, Kiss Symphony, Alive 4! What are your feelings on doing something like that once again? For you, the fans, and your Kiss Navy! Ow!
You're gonna give them college shots on the way up here.
I'm over church record. Yeah, send up 4 of them. You know, we could approach again about doing Kiss Symphony in different cities. It's a very expensive proposition. Right now, the thing that's on the plate, the thing that we care most about, is going out and celebrating Monster. So we're out there, you know, Monster is something that we spend a lot of time on. So Kiss Symphony, that will have to wait.
Thank you very much.
But doesn't the band sound great?
Hey guys, George Chaco here. I'm from Akron, Ohio. Second year. Thank you very much again for doing this. We'll be back again next year. Paul, this is for you. It's kind of elementary, so I apologize. How did you come up with all of your awesome dance stage choreography throughout the years? And do you have to sacrifice any of your rhythm playing while entertaining?
Well, about sacrificing, you'd have to ask them.
Yes, it can get interesting. I mean, imagine taking your arm bending back and it's not the conventional way of playing guitar.
I have no clue what I'm doing. I'm not a great dancer. So I just get up there and try to entertain myself. I have no idea what I'm doing. you know, great stuff. Pete Townsend did some cool stuff, so it's a little bit of different stuff. Jackie Wilson, it's my soul coming out. I'm white on the outside, black on the inside.
And below the waist.
Black and blue on the inside.
Hey guys, I'm Stanley from Chicago, Illinois. We all have a comedy movie that we think is hysterical, one you can watch over and over again. Being the hottest band in the world, I want to know which each of your favorites would be.
Kiss Meets the Phantom. I still can't figure out that one. Deborah gets old at the end. I don't get it.
We like Detroit Rock City. We think that's a good thing.
You have any comedy movies that are not starring you that you like to watch?
Great movie that just came out last year is Bridesmaid. Did you see my hands? That's funny. I'm an air marshal.
I like some of the old like anything with John Candy, like I love Stripes.
Something about here.
Alright, thanks guys, appreciate it.
You know what would be really funny? I drop the microphone in the pool and you all die.
All together.
Alright, next question. Settle down.
How y'all doing today? My name is Thayer. I'm from Goose Creek, South Carolina, but I live in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. Have you ever heard a song that you really like, and you think to yourself, damn, I wish I would have written that?
Oh yeah. Gene will sing any Beatles song.
It just defines launches. Here, watch this. You're going to write a song. It's called Michelle. What's the first word of the song? Michelle. What's the title? What's the word? Here, let's try another one. Yesterday. What's the first word? Yesterday. It's just perfect songwriting. She loves you. What are the first three lines of the song? She loves you. That's the name of the song. That's the chord. It's just perfect songwriting.
You know, it is funny. We listen to Beatles a lot in the dressing room, and a Beatles song will come on. And I turn to Gene and I say, "Isn't that great? Don't you love that, Gene?" And he's got this frustrated look on his face, and he goes, "No, it just pisses me off." Yeah, I wish he could enjoy it, you know.
How can you write so many songs? How do you do that? You can, okay, great. Elvin Bishop Group. I flew around and fell in love. Okay, that's a good song. The Beatles, hundreds of songs. How do you do that?
I just spend a lot of time writing.
Hey, before we go on, come on, aren't you having a great time? Aren't the guys at Six Men great? Come on! How about this ocean liner, Norwegian Air? Come on!
Norwegian Air.
Gene, we're on pose.
You know, he gets kind of confused sometimes. You know, he's getting into his later 60s now.
Right, 63, baby.
He has a hard time, you know, it's a boat, an airplane, he doesn't know. Put your trail tables up.
Hi guys, my name is Andres Lema. I am from
beginning. He is a fundamental part of my life. I love you guys. I think the current band is absolutely the best, and the new music I did, Sonic Boom Monster, is amazing. Have you thought about making a live fight with all these great songs?
We really haven't spent any time thinking about it. After another studio album or two, maybe there'll be something to document. But we're just getting started.
I want to say that most of the time, Paul and I get all the attention. So let's just take a moment. We are so proud and humbled to be in a band with Eric and Tommy. Triple threats. They play great, they can sing, they love being in the band. It reminds us what teamwork is all about. This could be the first record for Kiss. This is just the beginning.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
To the band.
Well, hi, Captains. My name is Dana from Seymour, Connecticut. My question takes you back a few years. Is there a story behind the development of the KISS logo?
Sure. The way it started was we were doing shows around New York, and at that point we were kind of pivotal in self-promotion, putting up posters around the city, designing ads for the newspaper, and we were doing a show at a factory. It was a factory during the day, and at night they would have bands come in and play. And we did an ad for the paper, and Ace did a very crude logo of the K and I and two slashes as the S. And from that, a few concerts later in New York, I sat down and designed what we still use on everything. The logo that I drew on my parents' coffee table on a piece of paper with a ruler is what is on every t-shirt that you have and any other piece of merchandise. If you look at the two S's, they're not exactly parallel to each other. And when we got a deal at the record company, they wanted to know if they could redraft it to make it perfect. And I said, it got us this far, so that's what's on everything. What I drew on my table, Ace started the concept, the logo was designed and drawn by me.
Hello, my name is Roger from Norway, Stavanger. Thank you for coming to my hometown next year for the Viking Fest.
You got some great hats.
Yes, that's my question. What do you think of all these crazy Kiss fans getting tattoos of you?
Obviously everybody can't do it. What humbles us is the relationship that we have with people from 30, 40 countries around the world who come together once a year to celebrate everything Kiss. It's humbling for us, and we hope we never let you down. I agree.
Hi, I'm Ronnie from North Carolina, and I'm the girl who cried her eyes out when I met you.
Keep it together. You got this. They're way across the pool.
She's got it. Come on, you can do it. She had it.
And how do you get over shyness on the stage and come off your shell?
Who was it to? The questions were to an aspiring rock star. How do you deal with hecklers in the audience, and how do you get over shyness on stage to come out of your shell?
Listen, this is something you gotta remember. There is no one who's beyond criticism. Not everybody likes Jesus. You're always gonna have people who are gonna say something to you. Don't take from anybody. You can do it. You're a winner. You wanna know how big of a rock star you are? Let's hear it for her!
Can I tell you something? When I was younger, I was afraid of playing people off. Recently played in Cleveland, and two of my high school friends that I knew since I was about 13 came to the show, and they said, we remember, you have to build your confidence, and that comes from just doing what you love every day, and never give up and stay focused. And eventually, you'll get where you want to be.
First guy that asked the question to Gene, so that is fair.
First of all, thank you for doing stuff like this, connecting with the fans. That's awesome. No other band does anything like this. That's awesome. The question is, I'd like to hear from each of you, but Paul, specifically, you have said that there are albums in the past that can really sonically, capture the band properly. If you could go back and completely start over and re-record, mix and master, one of the albums from the 70s or 80s, which would you choose?
Well, I think there's two questions there. In terms of albums that don't sound sonically as I hoped they would, probably the first, second, and third, mainly because we didn't have anybody to work with who could capture what we were about live. We've always been a ferocious live party band, and those albums tended to be a bit tame. The songs were great. I think it took until about Kiss Alive to start to capture it. But over the time, we lost it again, and we'll listen to some of our albums and go, that doesn't sound so great. But honestly, I wouldn't change a thing. I stand by everything we did. If you were to go in the studio and change one of those albums, you're effing with history. I mean, we've got children, so I said effing. We don't want to F with our history. We're proud of everything we did. We may have made some mistakes, but we made up for it.
Hi, my name is Adrian Sarah, and I'm from San Diego, California, and Mexico. My question is for my Paul. Paul, your first name was decided back in 1970. What prompted you to scrap that image or character, and what was your influence and inspiration to create the iconic Star Child image and character that we all love?
Well, it's interesting because I started off with the star, and the initial photos of the band and a bunch of shows we did, I had the star. The record company president, who at that time we gave more power to than perhaps we should have, said that he didn't like it, and he thought that dancing around on stage and being what he considered flamboyant was not macho enough. So he wanted me to lumber around on the stage and come up with a makeup that was less dramatic. So I came up with that Lone Ranger looking mask. And it actually lasted about a month. But there were photos done, we did a photo shoot. And sometimes history gets reversed and people tend to think that's how it started. It actually had about a month run, and then I said, screw this, you stay behind your desk, I'm the guy on stage, have a good day.
Danny Hoyen from Massachusetts. We really don't have a question for you. What we've got is a little story to tell. When KK2 was announced, Andy decided that we ought to get a bunch of people together and have a living in sin party at Paul Day. And as things got going, quite a few people wanted to show up. So I got a hold of Andy and I said, hey, you know what? Let's have a raffle. Let's raise some money for the Wounded Warriors. So as it got going a little bit bigger, I contacted Adri and said, Adri, do you mind if we come over to the HRC party you're putting on? Do our Wounded Warrior raffle. So we did. Got a lot of great contributions. Used them as donations. We raised a hell of a lot of money and we wanted to show you what we did.
Ready? Wow!
$6,026.82.
You know, for everybody here, obviously we're not all from the same country, but we're blessed that we all live in free countries. Don't ever forget that the people who are most important are the people who keep you free. Those are the people who need your support when they come home from fighting. Those are the heroes. We're proud of the people who support the Wounded Warrior Care Project. We've got some amazing soldiers and people, men and women in this country, who volunteer to fight on our behalf and keep the country free. You all live in a free country. Take care of the people who keep you free.
How about you guys?
Hi, my name is Ray. I'm from Houston, Texas. I'd like to say that it's a great honor to talk and ask this question of you. This question is for Paul and Jean. When and where did you first meet?
Oh boy. I was an only child and always delusional. I thought I was the only one in the world who figured out how to write songs. Really. Never mind the fact that the Beatles and the Stones and everybody had been writing songs. You know, they were up there. I was the only real person that I knew who wrote songs. 100 of them, all of them bad. So, one day, the guitar player who I grew up with, Stephen Carnell, he helped me write Go It Blind and She. He invited me over to his house because there was a guy named Stanley Eisen. And he was forming a band with him and he thought I should meet him. So I went up. Literally, I said, oh, how you doing? And Steve said, oh, this guy writes songs. And I said, oh, really? So I said something like, go ahead, play me one of your songs. Thinking it's going to be la-di-da. The prick plays Let Me Know as the first song. And I'm going, wow, that's pretty good. Wow. This guy can sing, looks good. I should go back to the corner where I came from and be quiet. And that's how we first met. He did not like me.
Thank you very much. Who would know? Here we are 40 years later, and I couldn't be more proud to have this relationship. It's been a blast. It's been a blast, and whatever you hear over the years, the proof is we're still together.
Hi, my name is Martin from Montreal, Canada. I'm a fan since '79, and this is the best Kiss line out ever. Everybody can call me and rock back. My question is for each member. If you can make a solo
solo record, and you can buy any best musician you want, dead or alive. Who will be your rhythm guitar, lead guitar, drummer, bass, and singer?
John Paul Jones would play bass. John Bonham would play drums. Robert Plant would sing, and I'd stay home.
You know, for me, it would have to be Paul McCartney. Maybe Jimi Hendrix. And Eric Singer would be the drummer. Because he's badass.
No kidding, you know, we speak to a lot of people, and just from us playing, there's nobody who plays like Eric. He is just a dynamo. And the funniest thing is, he's one of the strongest people we could imagine to have singing in the band. And when he first joined the band, we didn't even know he could sing. So,
he said, whenever I showed up for rehearsal, and I said to Gene and Paul, I go, what part do you want me to sing? Just assuming they want me to help out. And they're like, Gene's like, well, can you sing this? And I'd be like, no, that's too high. Or can you sing this? No, that's too low. And Gene was gracious enough to actually change a lot of the parts that he normally would sing so he could help me learn how to, you know, be a background singer in the band. So I have to thank, really, Paul and Gene for helping me develop whatever limited singing ability I have.
Eric's a great singer.
But getting back to people we like to play with, I've been very blessed to play with a lot of my heroes, aside from playing Kiss, because I was a huge Kiss fan, just like all of you in the beginning. And so, I mean, I tell people the story. I cut their picture out of a magazine. It was called Rock Scene. And Paul told me he sent the photo in. And I remember I cut it up. I had it glued on I had like an armoire in my bedroom to keep your clothes in. And my mother reminded me, yeah, I remember you had those pictures of Kiss on your wall. And if you would have told me I'd end up in the band, be careful what you wish for, right? But getting back to your question, I mean, I got to play with some of my favorite musicians, but the ultimate band would be probably like Jimi Hendrix or Jeff Beck on guitar. Paul McCartney on bass, of course. And I'd probably want a second drummer, and probably Ringo, because he played, the greatest songwriters ever is the Beatles, and he played drums on that stuff.
You know, the reason Eric doesn't really go into having played with his favorite bands is that he was actually in bands. So, Queen, Black Sabbath, Alice Cooper, so we're lucky, and there you have it. My dream band, when I was a kid, I literally dreamed that I was in the Beatles. Remember I said I was delusional. I used to dream, even though I'm a foot taller and 100 pounds heavier, because those guys are little. I used to dream where I came, where we lived for a while, Jackson Heights, Queens, that I used to run ahead of them because my legs were longer when the girls were chasing us. There were 5 Beatles, I was one of them.
And I wanted to know, now that you've sailed on this cruise with me twice, what do you enjoy the most? What do you least like? And what can I and everybody else do to make 2013 better for you?
Wow. You know, I think we're kind of like all of you, we're figuring this out as we go along, and you know, your input and sixth man, and that's important to keep making it grow.
I think the spirit is up this year from last year, and I think we're just getting our footing. I was going to say we're just getting our feet wet, but you know, this is something that we want to do yearly. It's something that probably means at least as much to us as it does to you. It really is a gathering of the tribe, and it's a celebration of something that we all created together. And next year will be that much better, and hopefully I'll get to sail you. Keep over here, Illinois. Thank you.
Gene said, and Norwegian Air, right?
Hi guys, I'm Mark and I'm a UK Kiss Nation. I've seen you every UK tour since being Hall Stafford in 1980.
That was a magic show.
We love you in the UK and hope that you'll make a monster visit next year. Now, as a spiritual home of many of your musical influences, what is the best UK venue of played at and why?
You know, Bingley Hall was magic. Playing there was something very special for us. Playing the first time we did the Hammersmith Odeon was also amazing. First time we did Wembley. Every time we come over, that's sacred ground for us. Going to the UK is like making a trip to the Holy Land. All the bands we loved, all the bands we looked up to, while people here were listening to Jefferson Airplane and Grateful Dead and Quicksilver Messenger Service and all these horrible bands. Guys that were so ugly that we came up with a light show so you could look at a screen instead of have to look at them. You guys were turning out Led Zeppelin, Humble Pie, Derek and the Dominoes, the Beatles, the Stones, Black Sabbath, the Yardbirds. It goes on and on. Anytime we get to come see you people, it's like a trip to the Holy Land.
Hi guys, my name is David, I'm from Miami. During the most of the recording session, is being creative and no levels make you guys more united as a band? And any funny stories, jam sessions during the recording session?
The question was, does making music or being creative together make us closer as a band?
Yes, absolutely.
I think it definitely does. And it even starts on a deeper level than that to begin with. There's a great chemistry with us. We get along great. It's a great spirit with the four of us. Therefore, you can get together and be creative and be open to all those kind of things, and you can make a great record like Monster. So it's a good situation, definitely.
I mean, I gotta say, the two easiest, and I don't mean because it isn't work, but the most enjoyable records I made were the last two with Kiss, because to me it was a pleasure to go to the studio and get this, even when they were doing guitar solos or overdubs or, you know, full background vocals. I would love just going and hanging out, just to be part of it, because I actually enjoy their company.
We actually hang out together. We actually like being with each other, and we look forward to spending time together. We laugh a lot, and we have a saying, don't leave the room. And what we mean by that is, as soon as you leave the room, the other three guys start making fun of you.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Hi, Kiss.
Say hi, Kiss.
Hey.
Hey.
I'm in the Kiss Army, and now I'm in the Kiss Navy too. Because I live in Belfast, Northern Ireland, I've always had to fly and get to your shows. Is it possible to make me a member of the Kiss Air Force too, please?
of the Army, the Navy, but he has to fly to see you play because he lives in Belfast. And he wants to know if you can make him a member of the Air Force as well. Maybe Norwegian Air. Yeah, you and Gene. You're in, buddy.
The only bad thing about Norwegian Air is it tends to fly very low.
We got a few more questions here. Come on up.
Hi, my name is Rebecca. I'm from New York. I want to say I had a blast last year. This topped it. It's phenomenal. My birthday was Halloween. Best party, best present ever. Thank you.
What's your name?
Rosette.
Rosette?
Yes.
Okay. Everybody, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Rosette. Happy birthday to you.
Led Zeppelin.
Yeah, it's gotta be the Beatles.
That can't happen. You have to think of something realistic, tangible.
I would drunk McCartney, throw them off, and just get it.
Happy birthday, Rosette. Happy birthday, Rosette.
Terry, I'm from Detroit.
Wow.
I want to thank you for everything that you give of yourself to us. We just love you so much. I lost my brother. What was the last concert you went to as a fan?
As a fan? You know, a couple of weeks ago, I was in New York and, hey, I dropped names too. Jimmy Page invited me to go to the premiere of the film, of the Led Zeppelin film. Go see this if you get a chance, or when it comes out. It's unbelievable. It's the reunion at the London O2 from about 5 years ago. Nobody can top that. These guys wrote the book, and everybody else is trying to write a page in that book. So Zeppelin was the last concert of sorts. Tommy was there too.
Yeah, it was great. We loved it. So that would kind of be the last concert we went to.
Last band I saw, by the way, we go to see new bands all the time. Last band I saw was a new band of Simmons Universal Records.
Come on!
Called Cobra Epilotus.
And they're called PU, right? You smell that?
I can't win.
No, what was your brother's name?
His name is Kelly.
Kelly. Let's give Kelly a moment of silence. All right, Kelly.
Joey from Newburgh, New York. And my question is for Gene and Paul. When Kiss was first formed, how much criticism did the band face over the use of makeup and costumes? And secondly, was there ever a time at the beginning that you thought about ditching the makeup and the costumes?
Every day, somebody would say more worshippers, knights in Satan's service, cannibals, Nazis, just every day. So what?
The makeup.
The makeup, take it or leave it. We literally said to the record company president, who wanted to sign us, sight unseen. He didn't know we wore makeup. He liked the music. He liked Deuce, Black Diamond, Struggle. Oh, I like this band. He came down to see us. We came out in makeup, made him clap to Nothing to Lose. And he said, I really like this band, but the makeup's got to go. We were either delusional or just convinced of who and what we are. We basically said, our way or the highway.
Yeah, baby. It's interesting because the same person, the same record company president, when we told him we were going to take the makeup off, he said, no, leave it on. So you've really got to stand your ground, figure out who you are, and follow the path that you believe in. Don't listen to the other people. You know, the people who tell you what's impossible are always the ones who fail. Go out there and be a winner.
Alright, my name's Jim Hockenberry from Hershey, Pennsylvania. First I want to thank you guys for having the KISS Cruise and allowing my wife and I to meet friends from all over the world, who they are. Yeah, it is. This question is for Gene and Paul. Back in 1983, when you guys removed your makeup live on MTV, is there anything you can add on what it was like that day leading up to that history-making moment?
I'm going to be honest about it. It was something that was kind of anticlimactic to me because it was only half the band. You know, there were two members of the band who nobody had seen, and there were two members of the band who, you know, had come rather later. So I didn't really see it as momentous as some did, and we needed something to spur the next stage of the band, which would be the unmasked period. I think much bigger for me was our first show without makeup, which was in Portugal. And all the ads showed us in makeup. And when we showed up and got on stage and started playing in basically the Lick It Up clothes, which were pretty much street clothes, it took the people about 2 or 3 songs to realize that we were KISS. So, you know, it was a battle for us, but one that was important. I think the band had taken some weird directions at that point, and we needed to regroup by stripping everything away and kind of reassessing. And if we weren't good enough to continue without the makeup, then we shouldn't continue. It turned out the band got stronger, but it's always been a fight and a work in progress. And with my hand on a Bible, I will tell you that it was all worthwhile to get to this lineup.
My name is Dan from Phoenix. What question haven't you ever been asked by the fans or media that you've always wondered why it's never been asked?
Okay, we give up. Question have we never been asked?
I've finally been asked this question, but only about a year ago. She's here, so. Basically, the gist of the question was when I finally decided to get married. Hold on. God bless you. That's great. Congratulations. So she's been with my sorry ass for 28 years, waited that long. And finally, about a year ago, when we were about to get married, the first question came, and then the next one, asshole, what took you so long? That's the question nobody ever asked me for 28 years until I decided to commit to getting married.
All right, last question, Jack.
Hi, yes. I'm AJ from Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. And thanks for everything. Have an awesome time. My question is, with the upcoming 40th anniversary of Kiss next year, 2013, can the band offer any hints to how the Kiss Army and Navy can expect to celebrate this awesome occasion? Tour Kiss Cruise, which you already confirmed. Now we want that.
What could be better than continuing what we're doing? You know, some people say, oh, it's the 40th anniversary, do you have something special planned? And obviously some people want to see the original lineup. It's not going to happen. There's no reason for it to happen. The 40-year anniversary is the anniversary of the band surviving and thriving for 40 years. We celebrate that by playing, putting out great music, and living up to being the best Kiss ever.
All right, well, guys, we're going to do one more group photo, I believe. Is that cool? Paul?
Of course.
All right, the guys are going to face that way. Let's all stand behind them. See if we can get something good. All right. I'm going to count to 3.